Hey guys, it's Miss Stubblefield. I hope you are having an amazing last few weeks of school and that you are getting prepped and ready for SC Ready. I know that all of you guys are, but want you guys to know that we are rooting for you and wishing you the very best of luck. So let's get started today. Okay? Oh, goodness, I'm so excited. I can't even talk. All right, so we're talking about avoiding plagiarism, which you guys already know. Plagiarism is using someone else's work or ideas without referencing the original author or creator. And I wrote the definition for you over here so that you can put that in your form for your answers tomorrow. Using someone else's work or ideas without referencing or giving credit to the original author or creator. Of course, in multiple choice questions, this looks a little different because often you'll be asked which statement summarizes and avoids plagiarism. So instead of knowing what plagiarism is, they're actually asking you, how can you summarize and avoid plagiarism? So I have a little acronym here for you guys to remember how to avoid plagiarism in a summary, and it's MISS, kind of spelled like miscellaneous, miscellaneous items, many different items, okay? But it's MISC. So the first thing you can look at is what's the main idea of the passage. Obviously, if the answer choice you are looking at does not have the same idea or subject as the paragraph or the reading that you were doing, then that's probably not the right answer. If there is an I, you're looking for information from the passage. Does your summary, remember, a summary should include all the important parts of the passage. So if it only focuses on one detail or just the beginning or just the end, then it's not a summary. And the statement that best summarizes and avoids plagiarism is going to avoid plagiarism, but also needs to be a summary. So if it's not a summary, then that's not going to be the right answer. So look at the main idea and the information. Obviously, if it's been shortened, so if the paragraph is being summarized and it's a whole page, that's probably not a summary. That's a report. So it's really easy to check for these first three things. Just ask yourself as you go through the answers, is the main idea the same? Is it related to the topic? It doesn't have all the essential information, because if it's missing some of it, then that's probably not the answer. And is it actually a summary? If it's not a summary or it's not related, then you can go ahead and take out those answers, which is really nice. And then the last thing that you're going to want to check for, and this is kind of where your money is, okay, making sure that nothing is compared to the text and copied. If there's a sentence and it's exactly the same in the answer choice as it is in the paragraph, then that's plagiarized because it's using the exact words that the author did and not putting it into your own, which would be a summary. Now, there's nothing wrong with talking about the information from the passage, but if you're not putting it into different words or you're only changing one or two words in the sentence, that's still plagiarism because the idea is still the same as it was originally. In a summary, we should be pulling out the most important parts and coming up with our own idea, which would make it a summary instead of the entire paragraph. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If not, go back and check out main idea, information, summary, and then comparing and making sure nothing is copied. We're about to use these strategies. So go back and listen to that again if you get confused. All right, we're going to change colors here. A nice red marker since we're being super serious and marking up this text. All right, so looking at this paragraph, it says, which statement best summarizes to avoid plagiarism? Again, I'm always going to read that question first, right? Because why would I waste my time reading the passage if I don't need it for the question? But this one says what summarizes the paragraph. I'm probably going to have to read it this time. So we're going to skim through. The Anasazi people are known for their impressive building skills. So obviously it's going to be about the Anasazi people. That's going to be my main idea, okay? Or my topic rather, the Anasazi people. So my summary is going to have to include them and talk about their impressive building skills because that's what the whole paragraph is going to be about. Cool. A few of their communities are preserved in Mesa Verde National Park, which is located in Colorado. The Anasazi people built structures of mud and stone into the sides of cliffs. Some of these structures contained hundreds of rooms and were 5 stories tall. Pretty cool that they were ancient people who built that. The ancient people connected their villages with a network of roads totaling 400 miles, all without the use of modern construction equipment. Archaeologists, which are people who study history and they look at fossils and different things that you can find kind of in the ground or in rocky terrain in order to tell us about history. Archaeologists found evidence of complex irrigation systems, so ways of taking water to different parts of the village that made it possible to grow corn in the dry region they lived in. Whew, okay. That's a lot of information. So I'm going to go back to my strategy for Miss. The main idea is the Anasazi people and their impressive building skills, and then the paragraph goes on to tell me how they built certain things. Cool. Let's look at our answer choices, because I'm looking for which one has information from the passage, has been shortened, and doesn't have anything copied with the original text. So the first one, Americans should plan a visit to Mesa Verde National Park. Does anything in this paragraph and the main idea have to do with Americans visiting there? Absolutely not. So I can go ahead and get rid of that because there is nothing to do with the information in this paragraph that says Americans should visit. I mean, that'd be cool. I think you should, but that's not the answer. A few of the communities built by the Anasazi people are preserved in Mesa Verde, which is located in Colorado. Now, that is part of what's in the information, but check this out. A few of their communities are preserved in Mesa Verde National Park, which is located in Colorado. A few of the communities are preserved. There's too many words that match here, right? Comparing it to the text, there's too many of these words that are exactly the same. So because they're so close together, that's plagiarism. That is copying from the text, and that would not be a very good summary. So let's look at the next one. The Anasazi people connected their villages with a network of roads totaling 400 miles across the mountainous terrain. Well, yeah, that's true. And even though in the sentence it says the ancient people instead of the Anasazi people, they really didn't change that many words. And remember this information from the passage part of Miss that we talked about? This answer for C doesn't include any other information except for the roads. So that's one piece of information. And a summary isn't one piece of information, it's multiple pieces of information from the text. So this one kind of fails for that reason. It doesn't have enough information, which leaves us through process of elimination with answer choice D, but let's just double check ourselves and make sure we're right. The Anasazi people built impressive cliff structures, roads, irrigation systems under difficult conditions without modern technology. Does it have to do with the main idea of the text, the Anasazi people and their building skills? Yes. Does it include multiple pieces of information from the passage? Also, yes. Is it shortened enough to be a summary? It's not multiple pages long? Yes. And when I compare it to the text, are there any sentences that match it word for word or have only had a couple words changed? Nope. So it passes to make sure nothing is copied because this is its own idea, but it also relates to the information from the passage. All right. So it avoids plagiarism because it's a whole new idea, but it is a summary because it includes information, from the passage. So I hope that's helpful to you. You can come back to this video if you have any questions about particular situations like this where you see best summarizing and avoiding plagiarism. And I wish you great luck on your quiz this week and as you prepare for the end of the year. Thanks for watching.